All right.
Okay, this is a dicey one.
I don't think so.
It's a dicey one, everyone. We figured, look, if we're gonna bring you kind of what everyone does, which is, you know, the top 10 list for the year, then what about the worst 5?
Yeah, fair.
It's fair, it's dicey, you know, it puts us in a predicament for sure. Not that any of these companies probably like us much to begin with, but okay. You know, kind of is what it is. So we'll get into it. Very quick pitch here. If you need real estate help, excuse me, let us know. We operate pretty much everywhere, as you hear in every single video, linked below. Patreon down there as well. Couple cool brands like Sly Tactical for slings and all that kind of stuff that we support down there with some savings, yada, yada, freaking yada. So let's get into number 5. Number 5 was a video I was really in charge of, which was the Cmmg Banshee. Comes in at the number 5 spot. I will tell you this. I don't hate the gun. I was not impressed by it. I had a pretty good amount of malfunctions. And I find it overpriced for what it is.
Yep. I think there's much better options for the price of that gun.
I do. I don't think and this list is just going to infuriate so many people. So many people are going to be mad.
I'm ready for the hate.
But that's one that, like, it has a giant fan base, which means a lot of people are already screaming at their phones. But I just didn't love it. I thought it was very overhyped. It's way too many options. When it was running good, it shoots really quick. So it's like you can run the piss out of it when it's going. I just had a lot of malfunctions and shit. It just, I don't know, wasn't impressed.
Not cool.
4.
There's a little bit of a dicey one too.
Yeah.
The Honey Badger SD.
Tough.
For the price of that gun. Again, way better options for the price of that gun to have the issues it did. Simply not okay. Heats up too fast. Can't use the last third of the
half.
rail.
I mean, it's like 50% of the handguard's completely unusable.
Yep. It works great in Call of Duty. I love that gun in Call of Duty all day.
Yeah, sure, I'll take your word for it. I mean, the heat issue is crazy. The trigger's too light. I mean, it's too light of a trigger for a gun that's designed for CQB type applications. It's just too damn light. The stock I think is kind of flimsy. It rips out beard hair. Yeah, the M-lock not being usable, the heat issue. I mean, I don't know. You know, I will say this because I've told this, and because I have no beef with Q whatsoever. They actually make a lot of cool stuff and cool cans, and so I know it's kind of one of those like hot button kind of companies. I have no. You know, and to their credit, I'll actually say I expected a bit of a firestorm when that video came out, and they were actually really cool, and there was, you know, and I was just like, well, that actually went as well as I could have expected it to go. I don't love the gun. I do think that the regular Honey Badger solves so many of the issues that the SD is the primary problem here.
Yeah.
Not the platform, the SD.
I'll concede that.
So that's number 4.
Cool. Numero 3.
Oh boy.
Another one that we're gonna get a massive amount of hate for.
Oh boy.
And again, better options for the same price, in my opinion, or a few bucks more, the CZ Scorpion. Direct blowback, the recoil sucks. People kind of got upset with us like that, like, oh, this big man can't handle the recoil of 9mm. That is not what I said.
No.
That's not at all what I said. If you interpret it that way, it's your problem. For that gun, the amount of recoil that you feel
astronomical
is simply unacceptable with a direct blowback gun.
It's insane.
Again, for the price, I'd go with a B&T GHM. I'd go with
anything.
A Glock.
I'd take
almost anything.
I'd take a Flux Raider over that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, like that. The trigger's the worst trigger I've ever felt. I get it. You can get a spring kit and make it better. Cool. Doesn't change the fact that we try to do reviews on guns as they come.
Yep.
Like, that is a rule of thumb. Doesn't always pan out that way, but we try to do them as you would actually buy them because that's what you get.
Correct.
I get it. You can change shit. I get it. You can change the handguard. Cool. At that point, you've got like a quasi-custom CZ Scorpion. Well, that's not what we're reviewing. We're reviewing a stock Scorpion, and it sucked ass.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked ass, everyone. Like, what do you want to know? Like, you just got to deal with it. I hate it, and it's got such a fan base.
Yeah.
And everyone got so mad on that video that they're, you know what they're so mad about is that we used as a comparison point B&Ts and SP5s. And they're like, well, you're comparing it to our $3,000 gun. And I'm like, it doesn't, because I'm not saying that they are actual competitors. I'm just saying that doesn't mean we can't compare some features to have a conversation about two things that are actually in the same category.
Correct.
Like, it's insane.
And their argument then collapses because then everyone gives us problems like, just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's nice. Those are the same guys that are like, you can't compare the two. Their prices are so different. Well, sir, you just contradicted yourself.
Take your pick. Which way you want it?
And again, we had a lot of people that are like, well, if you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K to it, it's a nice gun. And I'm like, so you're telling me.
So it's $2,000 now. I
need to change 11 different things? When again, for the price point, GHM. Moving on.
Nonsense. Oh boy.
This is going to get some real hate, almost more than anything else, but our opinions are our opinions. We play dress up in the desert, and we're also not wrong. Number 2, which I'm not even really mad about anymore. Surefire weapon lights. We did a whole light series last winter where I almost fucking died from the cold. Sacrificed my body for these lights.
Yeah, sure.
And the throw was bad, the spill was bad, couldn't PID past 100 in the video.
It's pushing it.
The caveat to that is the pistol light is still very good. I still like their pistol light.
I still think X300 is probably still currently the gold standard for pistol lights.
Agree.
But man, the rifle lights.
The dual fuel, the M600, M300, whatever the hell they are, severely disappointed in. They are robust, they do last forever, but with today's technology and the innovations being made by other companies, there's no excuse for them to not be pushing the envelope even more, especially with their background.
Yeah, it's such a good market share for so long that there hasn't been a need to innovate, and it's now showing up. And I think people are starting to acknowledge it because you got companies like Cloud, for example, that like, yo, Cloud is like, we're trying, guys. Like, we're hustling. We're trying to make good stuff and give you good customer service. And they did a weapon light buyback program this year that I took advantage of.
I know.
Where they were like, send us in any light. We don't even care if it works, and we'll give you $100 off your next light purchase. I sent them an old Surefire. Like, I was like,
beat the shit.
I don't even think it worked. Like, sorry, Cloud, but you said it didn't have to work. So, but like,
them, Arasaka. Mod light.
Yeah, those are your big 3 right there.
Yeah, it's just there's to not be pushing the envelope and sit back on the mill contracts and the history. I'm sorry, in today's market and day and age, that's just unacceptable in my book.
You want to talk about number 1?
Well, I have 0 experience for number 1 because you even said, hey, you're not flying up for this because it ain't even worth my brain power.
So here's the deal, guys. Number 1 is a product that I refused to show you once I got it in. We're literally going to talk about a new product that's never been on the channel right now. And it is the worst, most embarrassing product I've seen in I don't know how long. So bad that I refuse to bring it to you. That would be called, and let me get it right because they have different models. The Axle Ear Protection, the Ghost Strike Extreme.
Which to me sounds like a great name, Ghost Strike Extreme.
They even spell ghost weird, I think.
No, strike.
Strike, yeah. So guys, look, here's the deal. I needed my ear pro that I'd run for a long time, died earlier this year, needed a new ear pro. And so I buy these GS Extreme, as they call it. And, oh God. So these things came in within 30 to 45 minutes of me receiving them. I had boxed them back up and was emailing the company to say, take it back.
I'm sending it back.
I send it back, okay? And like, I'm telling you, so they're like in ear, right?
Yeah,
and the whole principle is that you put them in and it cancels out, but you can also like run your Bluetooth so you can listen to music and shit while you shoot. So I'm shooting and
Which to me is cool.
Yeah, super dope, right? I got T-Swift on and I'm shooting, right? And it's dope. I put these things in my ear and raised a firearm and I was like, oh my God. And I had to rip it out of my ear. And I was like, shit happens, And so I throw it back on and like moved my body somehow and I was like, oh God.
Like a piece of shit antenna for these things?
I'm telling you.
Like, the bunny ears on an old TV?
I could not do anything without these things just, and I was like, So the ear protection's not super effective if you actually have to rip them out to do anything.
Defeats the purpose.
But I was like, here's the saving grace though. At least I can listen to my music at the gym and while I shoot and shit.
Okay.
So I sync it up with my phone, right? I sync it up with my iPhone and I'm like, let's throw on whatever track. Let's throw on some AC/DC. And I turn it on and I'm like, what fucking 1993 Walkman headset is this?
Didn't you say it sounded like almost underwater? And
Like I was
scribbly?
listening to music in cans or something. Like I held up cans with a string to the end of it, and that's what the sound quality was like. And all of this was pretty bad. But the good news is, of course, you would imagine that these are inexpensive. But they're like $300.
Whoa, I don't think you ever told me that.
Yeah, they're like $300, give or take.
You're telling me for the... dude, I can't even talk right now. You never told me they were that much.
Oh yeah, there are a few hundred. They're the same price as like Sordens and shit.
MSA Sordens are $250.
Yeah, they're that much. It was mind-blowing to the point that to give our Patreon subscribers something exclusive, I filmed a review on my iPhone and put it on Patreon. I was like, guys, I'm never gonna show this to anyone, but I'm gonna show it to you guys. But it was embarrassing, like negligent. Like this product should never ever be on the market. Now I will tell you this, they probably have some other stuff that might be awesome. I don't know, but the taste.
Well, what's that cost? $600? Like,
who fucking knows? Like, but the taste left in my mouth of shit from these ear protections. I said, by the way, before we started filming this, I was like, I'm not gonna go here and rag on any of these companies. I'm gonna go be pretty positive. Well, that went down the toilet. So it was just absolutely appalling, guys. And here's the most infuriating part about this.
I know what you're gonna say.
As soon as you guys go look this stuff up right now, you will get hit with non-stop ads. Non-stop ads on your Facebook feed, IG feed, and everything. It will be everywhere. That's why I bought them. Because I got suckered into watching 15-second ads for months. My ears died, and I was like, send it. Let's do it.
So for the price point, the bad experience, $300. And it sounds like you're listening to a can with a string on it. You look at their products, you get spammed constantly for months. And the cherry on top, or the piece of shit on top, that really bothers me.
Do it.
Is the amount of gun tuber, influencer, gun bunnies, whatever the hell you want to call them, that promote these things and say they're good. Now, they may have a different model. I highly doubt it, because I've heard of that model multiple times in multiple ads, okay? I'm sorry if you are one of these people and you say that's a good product.
Nah.
Dude, like, that is the definition of a sellout shill. And I'm telling you right now, you will never get that from us. Well, they want to pay me $1 million.
You can throw pretty much a big dollar amount of me. You get me to do pretty much anything for the right price.
I mean,
but
20 bucks is 20 bucks.
Yeah, I mean, shit. What?
But,
yeah, but, you know.
The point is, it infuriates me when other gun tubers do sell out, and then we get put in that category, because this is a $300 product that we didn't even do a fucking video on because it was so bad.
Yeah.
And other guys are out there saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. And to those people, shame on you.
Stop.
And we can just end it there.
Stop. So that's your top 5 worst. I'd say we kept this pretty positive. Like, this was upbeat.
Well, when you talk about bad things, it's inevitably going to take like a negative turn because they're bad things.
And I run hot anyway. So, I mean, it is what it is.
The caveat to this, Jake, and all you people that are frustrated with the Banshee and whatever it is, this is our opinion. And we play dress up in the desert. And on that note, thanks for the support.
And we do get to end the year on a positive note, which is top 10. Top 10 is coming at you next video.
Boom.